Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Mufasa Podcast. I'm your one and only host, Denzel Minor, and right about now, it's time for our guest. His name is Bavon Carson, but I'll let him introduce himself to you by the name you should know him by. Watu wa Karen, you should know this man and this man should know you, just like I do. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. My name is Honorable Bavon Carson Simba. And I vied in Karen. Kura zikutosha.
Lakini
sasa taimita lazima tutafute.
Lazima tutafute. Allow me to call you Simba for this show.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Karibu sana bwana Simba. Na you're coming on episode 15. Na hapa episode 15 kuna vitu mingi sana zimehappen.
Yes.
Since episode 14. Number 1, acha nianze na election na tushikanisha sisi sote.
Yes.
Harambee wameenda out there.
Yes.
Game ya kwanza wasa walifikiria Harambee wata lose to DRC. Mita ikafanya kazi.
Motivation.
Yes. Game ya pili ilikuwa walimaliza hiyo game 10 man.
Yes.
Next game kwa kaingia pia wakacheza 10 man versus Angola.
Yes.
Wakatoka 1-1 hawaku lose.
Yes.
Wakeka clean wakeka hiyo undefeated bado.
Yes.
Game ya tatu wakaenda wakacheza versus Morocco. Kawanyorosha at home. Na Morocco ni African powerhouse.
Yes.
What do you have to say to this and what's your sentiment towards all this?
Generally, first we have to congratulate Harambee Stars. Wamefanya kazi fiti sana. And motivation imeokolea big time. And that's why kwa sababu football ni mboka. So football is a job. In some countries it's a full-time job. So what we need to focus on as a country today is to ensure that football becomes a full-time career, whereby but hii kulipwa kila match walipwe on a monthly basis. Wainge mboka, wainge payroll. Ukicheza national team hauhitaji tena kutoka hapo kwenda kufanya kazi bidco. Ni full time soccer, so that it's easy even for a coach. Kama sasa unajua shida ya coach mwenye wako sahi, anajua tu by the time hii tournament inaisha mboka imeisha. So at least kuna job ya coach, kuna job ya sewa pate hiyo do on a monthly basis. I can guarantee you they will do marvelous.
Wanafanya fiti. Upo unaona hizo packs imesaidia. Jumazi hiyo game naweza kuambia nilikuwa study game ya Morocco. Kuna player fulani huyu ni baba mazaitwa Abu Damar. Abu ameingizwa dakika za mwisho. Yes. Lakini anakuja kucheza anafinya.
Exactly. Na unaona wase wachoki. Wanatoka mbio. Kama kuna speed, alafu unajua one thing about this tournament ni haina wase wa nje.
Haina. Kila mtu ni local. Wanasikia mita.
Unakwambia hitaji ati kila time kwa sababu look at it's very difficult for a coach. Ati mtu umekuwa ukitrainiwa na mtu mwingine, then you come, then you have to sync all these players at once. You can't. Alafu unajua previously unapata for wakati Harambee Stars ilikuwa inacheza lazima ungejifungia bao, ungejitakia ndio upate chance ya kutoka nje. Lakini saa hizi unajua hawataki kujua nani ana score as long as wameshinda. So teamwork. Acha tusaidie nani a score, tusaidie Austin na score. Kila mtu anapata kitu yake. Lakini ingekuwa timu mwenye ana score anapewa, hatungeshinda.
Alafu najua kitu mimi nice ni tumekuwa tukiongelelea for a long time ati ball yetu haifiki bei. What people don't understand, sasa tunacheza versus Morocco. Na Morocco ni just for context, wako na program ya ball yenye imewaona hadi wamefika semi-finals za World Cup. Wao ndo I think reigning champions, walikuwa wameshinda AFCON recently pia juzi. So the football project in Morocco is very advanced. Ungewatch your game versus Kenya ungerealize Kenya sisi, while Morocco wako na confidence on the ball, possession, retain, move, opposition na ball. Unapata Kenya wasa wameamua John kukaa ngumu. Tukishawafunga mita ni yetu.
Lazima. Sasa unajua kwanza kumbuka tumekuwa 10 man. Game kama
mbili jo.
10 man. So ilikuwa tu zile za from my point of view pia study. Unajua pia kuna ile motivation hata study unachezea maze study yenu iko inaweza. Sasa like ile motivation wamepata ya mafans wametokea. Alafu unaweza ona hata wakifanya attempt ya kwanza unaona msana kama anajaribu tena kumotivate crowd.
Alafu pia nime notice there is a lot of improvement from our local style of play. Kitambo ulikuwa unapatanga Kenya juu ni ball kwa hewa.
Kwa hewa mae.
Sasa hiyo ball inachezwa chini. Bao tunafunga, tuna concede. I think sasa tumenyang'anywa VAR 3 pena kama
yes. VAR
tu. Yani opportunities ndani ya box.
But unajua VAR ilituokolea.
Ile sana.
Kuna time imetukolea. So inaweza kuwa imetuumiza mahali lakini kuna mahali ili come through.
Ball ni cyclic. So maybe kuna wase wanasema wanataka kuona hizi types of packs zime spread across to all sports.
Yes.
I think it's very unsustainable kusema ati kila sport yenye Kenya iko represented wakuange na 600 million kiti. Ukiniuliza personally.
Yes.
But because unaweza sema unajua kasa hii kuna tournaments zingine zina run. So the government will always have to fork $500 million every time. I find that to be a bit unsustainable. Lakini there's a real conversation around how do we ensure that our players are always motivated.
Exactly. That's a good point kwa sababu kama saizi you see there is a huge gap in terms of unemployment. So if as much as we are funding education with almost 800 billion, we should also focus on funding sports with a similar amount or at least kitu mzito proportional to that, so that kuna wale education imeshika lakini si ijashika vizuri, ni msawafili. So unapata inasaidia hiyo gap ya unemployment kidogo kabisa. So that wenye watai ku advance to maybe kwenda kwa ofisi, they can actually head towards the sports side. And in most countries it has actually worked. Unapata kama juu unapata wase ni career sportsmen, they earn from that, na wana earn fiti, na wanaishi fiti, totally, and they pay their taxes.
Kuna ma-MP wanasema ati waeke incentive ya 1 million shillings for every goal scored by Harambee.
That's a good incentive, very good incentive. But ukiendelea kufanya hivyo pia waangalie venye wataweka mshahara ya Harambee Stars players, so that on a monthly basis unajua uko na kamia kako ama kamia kako wanchwani kako every month, so that it keeps you in the pitch. It keeps you in the pitch.
Alafu pia nimeona in sports maze nini inaitwaje, career haikwangi. Unaona vile kama unaweza kuja ofe, unajua as long as Mungu amekuamsha utakuja ofe miaka kadhaa. Bora wewe na mdosi mko on the right side of things na uko na purpose in your heart.
Yes.
Sports haiko hivyo jo. Msana umianga once, game inaisha.
Hivyo.
Msana umianga, unaweza pata hata injury yenyewe imemrudisha nyuma kwa level yenye hana desire kuendelea mbele. So Kenya unasema lazima tuangalie ma player wetu in different ways, insurance, health.
Unajua ni ambassador wa Kenya. So in fact the number one ambassadors for this country are those players. Sports. So when you see those Olympic guys go there, they represent Kenya. They don't run as Kipyegon or Ruth, they run as Kenya.
Kuna boys wangu aitwa Japolo, alinipea homework. Aliniambia anytime unaenda game yoyote ya majuu ya Ruji.
Yes.
Game yote ya rugby Kenya, angalia ni Wakenya wangapi, watu wangapi wenye si wa Kenya. Wako na hii kitu.
True.
Na wale nilienda review maze unapata hiki kitu imekuwa brand.
Exactly.
Athletes, sportsmen, vile unasema.
In fact Kenya na for capital city Africa man.
We are.
Kwa sababu we imagine Olympics, we on top.
Tuko juu.
Rugby, we're on top.
But then it's not pride, but you're just saying there is no African country that has an Olympic medal haulage
kama Kenya.
Kuja kwa Olympics.
So we're supposed to compensate our players well. We're supposed to give them a monthly stipend. We are supposed to keep them in the field. Alafu at least tunafaa kuwa na law inasema if a sportsman ameumia anafaa kupewa do fulani, kwa sababu it will take time for yeye kurudi field, ama probably forever atarudi field. So we are supposed to venye tu ma MP wanakanga wanasema nikitoka job nikiretire napewa hii. Pia hao ni ambassadors wa Kenya, like they represent the country.
Baba, labda nikuulize, najua wewe ni paro labda. Sasa weka paro labda kuna miangi hapo, either boy ama dem. I won't specify the gender, but either ni boy ama ni dem, just hizi vitu ni mkazi kwa equal. Wewe ukiwa paro, ukiona Harambee inashinda, ukiona inapata hao mafans wote, ukiona the nation iko na rally behind the people, unadhani inapea maparo hope that siku moja sports itajipa ama? Personally,
in fact, one thing naambianga wase, niko na watu wawili, boy na dem, ni zile za whichever way they choose to go. Sports, music, art, we are in a place where by now in society hiyo kitu itajipa. Kwa sababu ni ku accept, and ni ku accept na kusema walimu wamekuwa wengi, hawajapata job. Madaktari wako hapo, manas ni wengi. So
nini yako
unique? Saizi mwenye anatafuta job huwezi kuja utuambie uko na degree. Kila mtu ako na so you have to be unique. Yes. So kwa ile story ya kwamba mtu itafuta degree hiyo inaisha kwa sababu at the end of the day kila mtu ako nayo. Nika kipande sahi. Degree nika kipande. Kila mtu ako nayo. So ukikuja utafanya nini exactly?
Sasa bavo nataka I think napenda vile tunaongelelea vitu kadhaa. Kuna kitu nataka touch on.
Yes.
Juzi imekuwa World Youth Day.
Yes.
Prezo ameenda catch amefanya event bigi.
Yes.
Ame-explain manifesto yake kwa mayouth. Amesema anataka kuona a lot of changes kiasi.
Yes.
Anataka kuona wasa ame-access credit. Anataka kuona wasa amepata chances to gate capital. Anataka wasa amepata access to global opportunities.
Yes.
Among other things. We labda kwako saa hii nikuulize. Unaona which is the most biggest problem, the single-handed ile shida big yenye na face mayouth Kenya saa hii. Hata sitasema Kenya. Chance imekuwako Karen, area yako Karen. Ni nini na face mayouth ile shida kubwa ile yenye inakula vibaya?
In fact I will nitaisukuma further niseme in Africa. Nini inakula mayouth in Africa? Na anasema ni mindset. Explain. Like the revolution that we need to have in Africa or Kenya is a revolution of the mindset, not a revolution on the street, not a political revolution, not an economic revolution. It is a mindset revolution. And this is what nimekuwa nikiambia watu. Ukiangalia, if you look at Tanzania, look at Uganda, you look at Kenya, the richest people in this country are the Asians. In all this country, Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, Asians, they're the richest. And you will never see the Asians on the street.
Kwa nini jo?
Now, wewe unapiga hesabu hivi. Sisi wa Kenya tumekaa chini. The narrative that tunauziwa ni siasa. We are told that the only way to make it is if you follow a political career or you follow a political kind of line. Hiyo ndio imetuharibia narrative. Kama saa hizi ukiangalia venye narrative imechange. Harambee Stars. So the narrative on the media for the past 2 years imekuwa siasa. Unaona venye imetupoteza. Now the narrative has simply changed kidogo tu kwenda to sports and everything has settled. Kila mtu ametulia. Tension imeisha. Now it's the same narrative you're supposed to sell to Kenyans. It is an economic narrative whereby stop thinking politics. Stop thinking politically. Start thinking economically. Change your mindset. And the biggest challenge we have is the EA mindset. Meaning that the Kenyan youth think that making it in life is all about money. It's not. So in the process of making money, there is one thing that people never talk about, and that's what the Asians talk about. There is money, there is consumption, there is production, there is something we call product.
Money,
consumption, the producer,
product,
and there is a product. So no one talks about product. You go online, every investor, every investment blogger, kila mtu mwenye anaongea juu investment, anawaambia, hey, let your money work for you. We are looking for capital. No one is talking to you about product. Hakuna. Your part, So product is, for me, is a key thing. Reason being is,
talk to us about it, please.
Once you have a product, that product will generate you money.
Because at the end of the day,
exactly.
a business is
a service. Yes. Once you have a product or a service, you will make money. Yeah, you're in business. So now, launching your first product. I had someone tell a minister yesterday that unajua 500 tatusaidia nini? Hebu nikuulize juice chupa moja ni pesa ngapi? Ni kazo 3, si ndio?
120 hapo.
120. Now making your first product, sample tu. Si ni kazo 3. So 500 shillings can actually make you your first sample.
Let me give you a story, Bavo. So sorry to interrupt. Kuna sister yangu mdogo na kwenye CBC. Day moja tumeenda shopping Naivas. Kuna watu hushikanisha na rubber band.
Yes.
Tunashikanishwa. Hiyo kitu iko exactly 500. Nikajiambia kijokes, acha nichukue hustler fan.
Yes.
Nimpe nini? Niketa for this.
Yes.
Nione yenyewe kama it you make sense.
Yes.
Nikalipe hiyo kitu.
Yes.
Nikampea. Believe you hiyo siku mimi mwenyewe nilimpea 10 bob juu ya ku create kabanda.
Nice. That's good. You see, at the end of the day, and that band costed how much to make?
That band? Una hiyo punch? Hiyo itatoa band kaa zaidi hata 50.
Exactly. That's what I keep telling people. Zile, if you think product wise, stop thinking money wise that nahitaji 50,000 kufanya biashara. No, stop thinking about money. Think of what product can I sell people and make money. Naweza uza moja, naweza uza mbili, naweza uza 10. Yeah, so someone, I can give you an example. Someone wakes up in the morning and anasema sina do, but naweza nunua unga ya chapo, nianze kupika chapo kwa street na niuze. Yeah, amefikiria product.
Anafikiria product.
Na unapata inakuwa full time business.
Na yeye ni entrepreneur hapo.
Anafikiria full time business. Anaanza chapo anaongeza mandazi. Anaenda hivyo, unasikia ameanza kupackage kuuza kwa mashops. Anaanza kuuza kangumu hizo ma vitu zote. And unapata kidogo bakery, anaanza kuuza mikate. It starts there. So our young people, the mindset is that for me to make it in life, I need $1 million bob or I need 100,000 shillings to open a shop. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I told you the reason why we are educated, or the reason why we look for education, is not to be employed. It's to be different from those ones who do not have education. And it is for us to be able to spot opportunities, to look for opportunities, so that using these opportunities, we can create jobs for those of us wenye hawajafika kwa hiyo masomo yenye tumefika. So when you have a degree, you know very well, if I open a factory today that produces this and this and this, kuna wale mandugu zangu wenye hawajafika kwa hiyo degree watapata kazi ya mkono hapo ndani. Exactly. So but imagine you have educated a society, and the same society you have educated is coming to tell you to pay kazi. So why did you educate them?
You know, Article 55 of the Constitution, it says that the state, actually is what it says, the state shall take measures, including affirmative action.
Yes.
And some of for the sake of the youth, and some of the outcomes that are the state, that are the Constitution envisions, is that number one, the youth will be able to be engaged.
Yes.
They'll be able to actively engage and participate in the economic, social, and political spheres of life, and other spheres of life, and also to have employment, and also to be protected from harmful cultural practices and exploitation. When they are pursuing their membership in the society, economically or politically, or when they're having their employment. It's a very beautiful clause. So we are called on to be entrepreneurs, and if you cannot entrepreneur, you're called on, the state is called on to take measures for you to be employed.
Yes.
Maybe my question to you, Bavon, is hapa kwa entrepreneurship, mayouth wengi wanakuanga ile unapata msee amepata do sawa, akona 5k, anajiuliza naweza fanya nini na hii gaji inirudishie tena. Na napenda kitu umesema product kupea hiyo skill ya unaweza uza hii, unaweza uza hii. Labda what is your word to the young people, msee mwenye labda sasa iko mfuko, uko na punch yenye si by the punch unaweza hata ndo ununue hiyo pombe nayo weekend. Si ati ni do lazima udishi, lakini do uko nayo. How do you start your journey as an entrepreneur? How do you start your journey as a business person?
So that's what I was thinking about yesterday. And it rolled down to one thing. And I was looking at what everybody does, those who have made it. Just think of a product. That's it. Think of a product. It doesn't have to be a new product. Just think of a product that you can resell or you can produce. It is not expensive to produce a product.
It is not.
Once you think of a product, money flows in. That is it. Just think of a product, have a plan about that product, produce it, start selling it. If you cannot produce it, think of a product, buy it, resell it. Because these young people are in the society. They know what moves, what sells, what is needed, what lacks. So in your thinking, just look at what lacks, what is needed, what is fast moving. Buy it, resell it. If you have 5,000, use it. Look at how much this 5,000 I have. What can I buy and resell and make money? And go online. And I keep telling people, if you want to know that things move, go online. Someone posts something, just go through the comments. There is someone who wants it. whatever
yes kwanza hawa si wa manyumba
hata ukipost ile pillow sahi someone will ask you do you have other colors there is someone who always want it. Now just think of a product, start producing it, and you'll see how it works. There is a government critic who was running around town kidogo called Morara. I think the guy sat down, thought of a product, and decided that if I get that furniture, I can resell it. And that's how he started, you see? Right now he's an entrepreneur. The person who came up with that water thought of a product. The Asians I'm talking about, look at what they do. Merali sells, this guy called Shah. The Bidco, they sell products. It's product. Yes, Devki. It is Chuma. Yeah, exactly. You understand? So it is, they are thinking product-wise.
Let me ask you, what's your forecast on the gig economy in Kenya?
The gig economy?
Yani hizi magigs, yani msana kulia event, msana kulia leo, kasi sisi wasi wa content, tunakulia hii shoot, then next week tutakuwa
it works, because now one thing I came to realize that if you know how to do it, unakulia. And I'm lucky to have, my sister works for a company called Ticket, near my event, near my ticketing. So it sorts her out. Ukienda kwa event, ukienda kwa hizo magig, you will see a lot happening. So there are artists, there are people selling drinks. Now that is in fact, if you have a product, e.g. you have a new product you want to put in the market, those are the first places you're supposed to go to. Just you get a space in an event, put up your product, kama ni juice, kama ni ginger shots, or whatever you need, whatever. Because I've heard people talk about ginger shots, lemon shots, hizo vitu zote. You can create something, just a product. Weka pale, people will buy.
Ginger shot ilinitoa homa.
Imagine, people will buy. Exactly. People will buy as long as you have a product. People will buy.
Let's talk. Let's go a bit deeper in this,
yes,
because I like business chats. Yeah, it's either a product or a service.
Yes.
You don't have to reinvent the wheel.
No, you don't.
But you have to innovate.
You have to innovate.
Tell us, what's the difference between invention and innovation?
Now, invention is when you're starting, you're thinking of a product or thinking of something, and you want to start it from scratch, building it up. Now, innovation is when that thing already exists, and you just want to add on to it.
Value addition.
Yeah, value addition. So at the end of the day, you get a product, because e.g. we have, I can give you an example of I want to use very small products. So we have water. So people have been selling water. That's bottled water is not it's not an invention. It's an innovation, whereby instead of drinking water from a jug, we can actually bottle it and sell it. Now someone else comes and says, okay, let's have orange water, like flavored water. You flavor the water, you start selling it. That's innovation. So you go to our markets today, we have flavored water. So you can either choose to take the normal.
So when you have flavored milk these days.
Yeah, even today's days we have flavored milk. Strawberry.
Value addition is a very big part.
Yes, it's a big part.
I notice value addition, especially in certain industries, like let's call it, like in manufacturing, you can only do after sales services.
Yes.
After the product has been made.
Yes.
But in agriculture, you can do a lot of value addition.
A lot.
Let's talk about getting the youth involved in agriculture. What do you think is the problem that agriculture is now a reserve, not of young people, it's still a reserve of old people? Kitu kama siasa, tunaona the transition, the young voice imekuja, but in agriculture, we are yet to see the young green revolution. What do you think is the last? Nini tunangoja?
I think the problem still goes back to where I started, mindset. Yes, because look at it, a young guy at age of 25, 24, lives there Ushago, 4 acres or 2 acres or an acre, to come to town, to live in a slum, ati amekuja kutafuta job. For me, it doesn't make sense. Like, because for me, land is a resource.
Land is a business.
Yes.
It's a factor of production.
Exactly, factor of production. So once you have it, work on it. Let it bring you to town.
Shamba
ikulete tao. But usitoke Ushago uache shamba, ukuje town, then the only way to make it in life in town ni kuuza ile shamba Ushago ndio ukuje kulipa rent Nairobi.
There's a question Higgins anapenda kuuliza kwa show. If you sell your father's land to blow your trumpet, where shall you stand on it? to blow. Where shall you stand to blow your exact trumpet? Yeah.
Unaona sasa but at the end of the day that's a good saying. Now and most of them inakuja kuwauma after. So they come to see the reality after. Because I heard someone say yesterday that in everything that we produce, every agricultural product that we produce, there's always a deficit. Kama sasa the metric tons of maize we produce in Kenya, there's a deficit. Beans, there is a deficit of almost 50%. Now, you ask these young people, how many acres do you have? It's like my father has 2 acres. Can you plant beans? Because ukiangalia kama ukikuja Nairobi, umetafuta tenda ndio umepata. But you see you have to go back to a farmer akupe hizo maharagwe ukuje kusupply. Yet you have 2 acres, you could have actually limad and ukuje upande. So we need to get the youth involved in agriculture. Those ones who have kuna nimeona wameingia into pig farming. Wanajaribu kuna hizi farming zenye vitu zinasimama mapipes na vertical gardens. Hydroponics. I've seen people do that and it works.
Maybe nikuulize see my youth tuna glorifying big things and it's not our fault. Everyone has ambitions.
Yes.
Tuna glorify vitu kubwa. I feel like sometimes, and this is counterculture to say,
yes,
but now feeling kama sometimes sima Gen Z tuna overlooking the small. So we end up failing to be content.
Exactly.
Because we are running after that which is hatuna. Hiyo bigi sawa tunataka lakini hatuna. Ile kidogo yenye hata si yetu labda unge access kuongea na mzazi poa ama kitu unapata ume jump over hiyo.
Exactly.
Hauja receive hizo value benefits za hiyo size but msana anataka kitu big. Na ina mbo that hana kitu big.
Yeah, and what the problem is? Mindset.
It comes again back to mindset.
Mindset, yes. As in, if you can change that, if we can have a revolution whereby we are changing the mindset, and that's what the president was doing. The president was trying to figure out, how do I get politics out of these young guys, the young people's minds? Siasa imejaa kwa kichwa. You're thinking about the next election. You're thinking of who to elect next. So, and you think that your MP has eaten your money. Your senator has eaten your money. If we can change the mindset of young people, tuambie, this energy that you're having towards politics is not bad, but let's have the same energy towards economics. Let's have the same energy towards manufacturing. Let's have the same energy towards value addition. Exactly. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And I liked what Chris Kirubi used to do. He looked like he was the richest man in Kenya. Very big. But at some point, you've bought his toys on the shelves. Alikuwa ananunua toys na ana resell. Ukienda kwa supermarket kuna magari za watoto nini. Yeah. So he's a big guy but was selling very small stuff. But product. Yes, it has a return.
I think sometimes even in business you don't know if you can confirm this. You're more experienced in business than I am. But it's also about paying attention to the basics.
Yes. Pay attention to the basics. Everyone has to eat.
Pay attention to
the basics.
Okay. So now, having come through this discussion to me on the value of just being Kenyan, the value of being a young person in Kenya, let's talk about some situations where Kenyan youth were not used, did not end up showing the best face.
Yeah.
Let's talk about maandamano culture. And I'm not talking about maandamano from a specific year. No, there's the one we know that ile iliisha. Then there was what they tried this year. This year they also added Sabasaba. Last year there was no Sabasaba. This year they added Sabasaba. And it's a trend that's recurring and it's becoming more. And we've here at Mufasa, we've made a special issue to focus and issue a spotlight on this matter. Maybe my question to you is, what do you think about this culture every year when we have a budget or a finance bill about to pass? Someone just tries to sabotage everything.
Now, it happens, and this is political. Now, what happens is that we have made our political commercial. So our politics in Kenya is commercial, whereby you find a way to twist government so that you benefit or your interests are catered for. So, and in politics, what happens is that if you move the masses, then you're able to get your interests and you get sorted. You're able to get your motive implemented. So most of these maandamano that we see during every time there is a finance bill, one, I can guarantee you, I heard people say that, we have read it and we have seen it's bad. Understand? And to me, you haven't read it. That was what is in mind. You haven't read it. If you read it and according to you, it was bringing you down. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to understand why finance bills are made. And the lack of understanding, because first, before you understand, you've been taxed. Understand why.
Why?
You understand why you are taxed. Now, you look at it this way. We were increasing the tax of sanitary towels, example, but not locally manufactured. From abroad, imported. Now, as an Asian, what does an Asian think when they see that? Locally manufactured, yes. They look at business. Like now, they start importing machines. Yeah, that's an opportunity for them. But for Kenyans, we're looking at it, no, why? Why are you doing that? Why are you raising the tax? Understand that that's one of government's intervention to boost local manufacturing.
Mindset.
Exactly. So if you just change your mindset and say, government has created for me a gap to start manufacturing. For me.
There has to be that
ownership of
exactly.
For now, a young person will come and tell you, we don't have the capital to buy the machines. Now, where did you get the capital and the energy to raise 35 million for the Mandamano? You understand?
But to be fair, Bavon, 35 million was raised by crowdsourcing.
That's what Americans do when they want to fund their projects. That's what people out there do.
Yeah, but again, unaweza pata msa amesema, by the way,
yes.
Sina capital.
Yes, that's what people do out there.
The barriers to capital, they've not tried to solve.
If you talk to a lot of this internet guys, these people who create softwares and they don't have the money. They just create a plan and then pitch it to someone, pitch it to people. Most people out there use the same method that was used during the Mandamano. They use the same method, crowdfunding.
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah, crowdsourcing. They source for money differently. You have a plan, you move to offices, you'll get the money.
So, lakini Bavon, unfortunately, kwa hiyo maandamano, which was, by the way, not even economical to start with, because the city went at a loss, people went at a loss.
Exactly.
The government has been going on some
in
deficits.
fact, to cut you short, there is something I wanted to say on that, Palimefika. And this is it. When government says that the budget is 4 trillion, that 4 trillion is not somewhere waiting to be withdrawn. No. Government collects revenue on a daily basis. You understand? So that's just a budget saying this year we estimate that we need 4 trillion. But it does not mean that the 4 trillion is already there waiting to be withdrawn. No. So what happens is that today our collection is 2 billion. So the president probably asks Treasury, what is the pressing matter today? Nurses are striking. Now sort the nurses. The money is gone. So tomorrow, what is the pressing matter tomorrow? We have 2 billion now. And I'm teachers they want money. Now sort them. You understand? Yeah. So as the money comes in, it goes out. Exactly. You understand? So the moment you stop the country for a week, you have messed up everything. Yes. Because government was depending on that money for that week to do probably doctors, to maybe build something, and then you've stopped all that.
This year the actuaries said Nairobi County. Nairobi
County
loses 2 billion. These mandamanos are squeezy, they are nationwide.
Yes.
So also other counties are losing.
Exactly, they're losing.
But let me ask you by the Bavon, and this is also again counterculture to ask. Does it mean now that with the county governments there, 48 governments, one country, that also we are looking at the expansion of the civil space outside Nairobi, where it used to be majorly, into the counties, where even sometimes, although people are protesting on the same day, unaweza pata mtu wako labda atseme Homa Bay, ana protest kuhusu county government yake, mtu wako Nairobi ana protest kuhusu finance bill, but they are all in the climate of the same season.
Yeah, where we've gotten today in society is that the technology is advanced. Kitambo, for your parent in Ushago to know what is happening in Kenya, they have to call you. You have to go tell them a story of what is happening today. They can actually find it online. It's digital world. It's connected. So whatever is happening in Nairobi, the people in Ushago, it's one time. By one, they know. Instant. there is TikTok, there is what, so anything happening, the people go live, so kuna hiyo effect. So hiyo digital space ime open, ime expand the horizon ya hiyo,
but the visibility imeongezeka.
Exactly.
Tulikuwa tunaongea hapa dingine na Higgins, tunajiuliza kwani makarao, okay, not to frame this in the wrong way, and is it now that we are starting to see the cases we are seeing? And it turns out, to be very honest, if you're just being honest, me in my research have found out these cases have always existed.
Yes.
But right now the amplification value of a single brutality case is very high. And maybe yes, it goes against safeguards of police excesses, but also I feel it needs to be balanced in its reporting.
Yes, exactly.
Kama mlionesha karao mwenye anashutwa se, then also ni very important to tell the other side of the story, even though it is not as newsworthy as the first one. Because at the end of the day, watu wanafanya job pamoja. Mkikastigate moja, inaonekana ni wote.
You know this police that we keep castigating all the time. Today, ukibiwa, you have to report to the police. You need the help. When the Dusit happened, it's not to the public. When it's not Gen Zs who went in, it's the police.
The police kwanza.
Yes, when Nakumatt happened, Westgate, it is not the Gen Z or the me ama you who went in. It is them. So unafaa kuangalia from this point that this person has put his life on the line. And this yako na watoi, yako na familia, and whatever they are being paid is not really commensurate to their life. You understand? Losing their life. So sometimes when we are dealing with them, it is more of we have to respect them from that point of view. Zile za umsa ameka life yako on the line. Saa hizi kitu kihappen hapa, mimi nitatoroka yatoe bunduki apambana nayo. You understand? So we are supposed to look at the police from that. Definitely kuna unajua wakati this is a society. We have people who go into the police force with a different kind of mentality. So unapata yeye ameingia pale, at least afanye mambo yake, lakini ajisaidie kutoka hii side nyingine. So ni ako job, lakini bado ni mtu mbaya. Na huyu ni mtu hata akienda kwa society bado atakuwa mbaya. Si ati kwa venye alikuwa polisi ndio alichange. No, it's the same person from society.
Even kuulize, because we live in a community-based policing structure. How do you think the police should view the community, especially young youths who are unemployed?
Exactly. Now, the police should be, from what I understand and their training, is that one is that they understand what they do, they understand how they do it. Now, their view on society should be and young people unemployed. This can be my brother, this can be my son, this can be, you understand?
Not a crime to be unemployed.
So it's not a crime to be unemployed, and it's not a crime to be. Unajua mimi nasemanga kwa hata kotini, unajua hata kotini kuna ile kitu kiendangu unasema ma first offender. Kuna ile leniency unapewa, you understand? So don't look at the society as people as enemies, as people who are against us. Ati sisi ni polisi au ni raia. I think we are all in the same community. If today something happened in this area, in affect kila mtu. Exactly, in affect kila mtu hadi familia yako. Now, when you're a police officer, does not mean your family is a police family. Ni raia bado. So wewe tu ni job. Now, secondly, you're not supposed to understand that being a police officer is not you. It's a job. Kwa sababu wanaichukulia ni kama it is a transition into another life. No, it is a job. Unaweza futo, unaweza futo na hiyo ishe. So
kila mtu rudi nyumbani.
Unafaa kuchukulia ka job. Ukichukulia ka job, utaanza kuona zile za pia mimi ingekuwa kijana wangu amefanya hivi, ningekuwa bit lenient on them kwa sababu na understand. So they should be more understanding.
Sasa Bavo, labda tuulize sasa swali ya mwisho as we wrap up. Tuongelee kuhusu compensation ya victims.
Yes.
Who qualify kwako, because saya kuna structure yote kujua nani qualify, but we do know this. We know there are people who lost their lives.
Yes.
In the Gen Z maandamano. Last year, this year na Sabasaba. We know kuna watu walipoteza maisha yao.
Yes.
Tunajua kuna watu who are adversely affected psychologically, mentally, emotionally. Tunajua kuna watu waliumia beyond the soul, yani visibly, mtu amevunjika mkono, mwingine amevunjika mguu. Tunajua kuna watu walipoteza biashara zao na wajaiable kuanza tena. Tunajua kuna wazazi walipoteza watoi, family members, relatives. Na kuna watu imebidi wazike because of this maandamano. Ukijiuliza nini come out of this maandamano unapata hakuna. Ukiuliza wasee last year mlikuwa mna protest juu ya nini? Naweza sema reject finance bill, lakini hata wakumbuki ule justice for nani.
Yes.
Hii mwaka ndio imekuwa Albert Ojwang, lakini next year itakuwa probably inaweza kuwa msetu mwingine na waswa na sahau.
Yes.
Mingedai kujua your views on this matter of compensation which the president has put out. Do you think it's a good thing? And how should we go about it?
No, it is a good thing, but not sustainable. Like you can't always do it. Like after every financial year, you're doing compensation. It's not sustainable, but it's a good thing. And I've heard there is a problem between who's supposed to give it, who's supposed to handle the compensation.
Who do you think? I know the government has the political responsibility at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly.
But who ideally, hii makosa ni ya nani?
So hii makosa generally ni ya police. You understand? So what happened? Because at the end of the day, if something happened in the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Health should be able to compensate. You understand? If something happened in the Ministry of Sports, maybe to a player, the Ministry of Sports should be able to compensate.
But don't you think, Bavon, that police are just reactions? Like Wakotu, they are like on the morning of June 25th. Karau tu labda amemobiliziwa. Hakuna kitu yote imehappen. Labda hata June 25th saa 3. Bado hakuna kitu imehappen. Lakini kuna hao elements flani wenye wanaforcingi me I feel genuinely as a protest former protest goer. Kuna elements flani huko ndani wanaforcingi Karau aanze kurusha hiyo tear gas.
Definitely. And this is one thing about maandamano. So the constitution says it has to be peaceful.
Not violent.
Yes. Now the moment you light a bonfire on the road,
peace
imeisha hivyo. People think peaceful means that umeanza kutupa mawe. Hapana. The moment umeka moto kwa barabara, that's a sign of violence. Kwa sababu one thing is happening. You're supposed to allow people who are going to work to go. But now you've blocked them from going to work.
You're supposed to stick to the routes you see.
Exactly. So the moment you've blocked these people from going to work, wao wataki kuandamana. So you are forcing them and infringing on their rights. So the police has must make a decision to disperse you. Why? Because maybe other people want to use the road, and and you know, lighting bonfires on the roads. If you have noticed, in damaging the road, and you see what they say is that the government will build the roads. So on compensation, I think IPOA should compensate. IPOA should be given the mandate. Money should be given to IPOA for compensation, because it's IPOA that investigates. It's IPOA that knows the settlements, and it knows who's supposed to be settled. Because in a scenario where you've taken a gun from a police officer and you want to run away with it and you are shot, why are you being compensated? In a scenario where you've been caught in a police station, burning a police station, and you've been shot, why are you being compensated?
Let me ask you, what about people who they were injured, they went to hospital, whether Mchanga, SHA or NHIF, it paid off, should they still be compensated?
Generally, yeah. The reason why I'm saying yes is because being shot or being injured sometimes it's a lasting, long-lasting, long-lasting thing. So maybe it stopped you from doing your job. Maybe it affected you mentally. So at least ukikuwa compensated, it does not really help you, but inafanya vitu zikuwe equalized kidogo.
For sure. Any last words?
So my last words are to young people. Zile za change your mindset, look for opportunities. That's why we are educated. Find solutions to the problems that you see. Be ready to accept change, even when it's bitter. Because one thing I can tell you is that what the Kenyans were used to was an illusion. So Kenyans were used to an illusion whereby you are born for free because your parents fought for free maternity. You're educated for free. And then you grow up, you've come to your house, you want subsidized food. Almost everything you want it for free, you understand? So that kind of mentality is what we need to get rid of. Whereby there is we are not
we go become good.
Exactly. So Kenya depends on labor as a key source of exactly. It depends on labor. We are not a mine. We don't have gold, we don't have diamonds, we don't have oil. Zile that tunaweza sema now we are getting Nigeria has it. You understand?
Na wameshinda
kujipanga. If you look at the economy kama Kenya saizi, we are good. Like totally good because ukiangalia I was looking at the dollar against the naira. It's almost 1,500. Kenya's tried to maintain 130. You go to Uganda, it's 3,000.
The price go up.
Goes to Tanzania, it's 2,000 and something. Rwanda, it's 3,000. You understand?
Price go up.
So
if it's USD.
If you look at Morocco, Ghana,
I think in the region we are the stabilizing currency.
In the region we are the stabilizing currency.
Yani from the dollar before you get to lock that currency we are the one.
Hata sasa hizi Nigeria ikwambia ukisikia anasema sijui 50 million naira. Jua anakuongelesha juu ya pesa pombe. Anakuongelesha juu ya pesa mzinga. Hakuna kukwambia. You understand? Yeah. And there are over 200 million people there. You understand? So
where big
yes,
supply,
exactly. That's why Dangote is the richest man.
Yeah,
it's a big supply.
Market, yeah.
But now you look at the problem with them there is that they have that African mentality. Understand? And the moment you change it, African mentality ni ile ya kuna mtu mahali anafaa kunipea.
That's more like
hiyo mentality ya kuna mtu mahali kuna mtu mahali anafaa kunipea.
Hadi mzungu akona.
Unasema look at America. I'm just telling look at the mzungu sawa nasema look at the mzungu do you know if you go to America and you say you're a plumber that's a big deal you go to America and you say you're a farmer that's a big deal come to Kenya and say you're a plumber
yes lakini unaona what I'm trying to put up across is Africa must develop along different tenets than the American
yes
them they had the whole industrial revolution us we will have to leapfrog the industrial revolution our biggest asset wao walikuwa na oil and all that they build the petrodollar value chain as we only have youth if we capitalize
exactly just capitalize on that as anasema mtu asiyegopa capitalize on that that's what we have you understand that's what we have the human exactly we can capitalize and that's what the president has been preaching that we have a strong youth we have an able youth an educated youth let's capitalize on that you understand there is this thing I wanted to tell you that watu walienda the president alisema people to go to around Germany these companies and get jobs abroad now the mentality of majority of Kenya ni president anaship watu kwenda nje mbona usicreate hizo jobs hapa now assuming the president opens a factory ya kutengeneza Mercedes hapa Kenya utatengeneza aje unani anajua kutengeneza Mercedes hapa you understand so the essence of going lazima uende huko learn skill sasa ukisha learn skill ukikuja sasa hiyo hata ukisema nataka mnipe pesa niko na nataka kutengeneza assembly yangu ya magari it is easier so the reason why you are going out there is to expose yourself
get more skills
exactly get more skills once you have more skills it's
come
done
back. Build home sawa asante sana Bavon kwa kuja asante sana Simba we are excited to have you
nashukuru sana
mazee kamingi mara mob sana
kabisa
mimi yangu ni kuambia the guest as always thank you to our viewer thank you so much please subscribe to our YouTube channel follow us on TikTok social zako
najenga ni Bavon Simba _Simba TikTok
Bavon_Simba
Twitter wali ban
follow it follow sana follow like subscribe and share the content that you meet there for me the final word to all Kenyan youth it's simple never give up the fight never ever give up the fight we do not have the luxury to retreat nor the room to surrender forward thank you
sawa nashukuru sana kabisa